Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslidge. The start of the new year kicked off a historic ceremony here in the city of Cleveland. For more on that, here's Dan Monroe.
Thanks, Leah. I'm outside Cleveland City Hall, where Frank Jackson became the first person in the history of Cleveland to be sworn in for a fourth consecutive term as mayor. With his wife at his side, Frank Jackson recited the oath of office, becoming mayor of the city of Cleveland for another 4 years.
That I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of mayor of the city of Cleveland, state of Ohio, during my continuances in said office. Congratulations.
In his speech, Mayor Jackson thanked everyone for their support and spoke of what now needs to be done for Cleveland to become an even greater city.
A great city will be measured by the condition and well-being of the least of us, not in terms of welfare and charity, but in terms of all being able to participate in the quality of life and the prosperity that we have created, and in the elimination of inequities and disparities. If we do not become a great city, then all the success that we have had will have a short lifespan, a short shelf life.
After the ceremony, attendees had a chance to get a photo with the mayor, mingle, and enjoy some of the beautiful cake that was served. It was a great way to cap off a very historic day. It was an historic day indeed. At Cleveland City Hall for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
Thanks, Dan, and congratulations, Mayor Jackson, on another 4 years. And as a reminder, you can watch the inauguration of Mayor Jackson in its entirety on our TV20 YouTube channel. Well, last month, the second class of Cleveland EMS cadets graduated in a ceremony held in council chambers. After the class marched in before a crowded house of friends and family, Mayor Frank Jackson swore in the cadets, officially making them EMTs and paramedics for the city of Cleveland.
And will discharge the duties of my office with professionalism and character to the best of my knowledge and ability, providing quality care to all those in need. So help me God. Congratulations.
Ward 15 Councilman and Public Safety Chair Matt Zone offered his congratulations to the newest batch of Cleveland EMTs.
You are coming to a wonderful family. EMS is a very special place, and as the mayor said, public service is an honorable profession, and we need honorable people who are willing to take that call. And each and every one of you are up for the challenge.
Public Safety Director Michael McGrath told the EMTs that in order to be successful, they needed to have this one thing.
It takes special people, a special person to provide this service to the community day by day. And in order to sustain this service, there's a key word, and that word is compassion. Y'all have it in your hearts. You have that compassion in your hearts this morning, or you wouldn't be here today.
TV20 would like to congratulate all of the graduates on their hard work and wish them the best in their new career. The Cleveland Division of Police 2nd District honored officers and citizens doing their part keeping the community safe at the annual Community Relations Award ceremony.
Our officers serve very humbly, and they sacrifice a lot. We really can't appreciate what they do, the sacrifices to themselves, sacrifices to their families. It's also truly a joy to be able to recognize the citizens, the businesses, our community stakeholders at this ceremony. They are as much a part of our community as the officers are, and without them, we would not be as successful as we are.
This ceremony, which was held at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, was attended by local dignitaries, including Mayor Jackson and several Cleveland City Council members. Speaking to the crowd, Police Chief Calvin Williams congratulated all the honorees for their hard work and sacrifice.
You know, it's always good when we come together and recognize the great work that we do. and especially the great work that we do in partnership, because it doesn't happen alone with police officers. We have to have our community involved in this. And when you see things like this and you hear some of the stories that you're going to hear today, you know, it epitomizes that relationship that we have with our community.
Grady Stevenson, Executive Director of Cleveland's Community Relations Board, says he is proud of and thankful for all the men and women being recognized.
On a night like tonight, when I see citizens, police officers, mayor, councilmen, and the community come together to celebrate the great work that we do, it makes me proud to be sitting in the seat as the Executive Director of Community Relations.
Everyone here at TV20 would like to congratulate the officers and citizens who won awards at this year's ceremony and thank them for their service. Cleveland Police Commander Harold Patel received a new title recently. With his family at his side and his friends and colleagues looking on, Mayor Jackson administered the oath of office, officially making Commander Patel a deputy chief.
That I will faithfully,
honestly,
and impartially
discharge the duties of
Deputy Chief of Homeland and Special Operations
Deputy Chief of Homeland and Special Operations
to the City of Cleveland,
State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Public Safety Director Michael McGrath said that Patel's new job is known as the what if job.
He has to have the wherewithal to ask that question. What if this? What if that? Especially in today's world and today's culture. He has to think out of the box. In order to answer those what if questions, he has to do what? He has to be prepared, and he has to make preparations for our safety and everyone's safety in this community.
After handing him his new badge, Police Chief Calvin Williams gave special instructions to Patel's family.
Stay behind him. He's going to have a bigger workload now, a much bigger workload. Myself, the director, and the mayor have tasked the deputy chief with a lot of things on the horizons here for the Division of Police and for the City of Cleveland, Northeast Ohio. And again, I have no doubt that Harry's going to take care of business for us.
At a ceremony held in the Red Room of Cleveland City Hall, Mayor Jackson swore in members of the Cleveland Metropolitan School Board for another term. In his speech, Mayor Jackson reminded them of the difficulties they face.
And we have significant challenges. So as board members, your job is to be on top of this and to understand the dynamics of what we're facing. Because if we are not able to demonstrate significant improvement, the next time around we will have a more difficult time.
CMSD CEO Eric Gordon says the relationship he has with the school board is what offers the best platform for success.
Part of why we are finding success despite the challenges that remain is because we are not behaving like boards and administrations in other school districts. We see them when we travel, where they are all talking about each other. The superintendent doesn't like the board doesn't like the superintendent. We are talking about learning and teaching for children.
School Board Chair Ann Bingham says her team is ready to begin working to address the problems facing the school district.
It is an honor to serve the City of Cleveland and the children. And we understand and we hear the challenge, and we are committed to making a difference and making sure that several years from now there will be significant improvement. It's also a great pleasure to work with Eric Gordon and his team. I can't imagine a better group to work with.
With the cut of a ribbon, Cleveland Hopkins International Airport officially opened their new snow removal equipment facility, and as Port Control Director Robert Kennedy tells us, the new place offers many benefits.
It will improve our efficiency here at the airport, our ability to extend the life of the equipment, some of the equipment that you see already in this building, but more importantly, how our teams work on the airfield and get prepared for all those winter weather operations.
Mayor Jackson says the new facility is a great addition to the airport and helps set up Hopkins for future success.
We always have to recognize that all of what we do is about positioning this airport to be competitive in the airline industry, regardless of what happens in that industry, regardless. And this facility, the new equipment, the personnel here, the entire operation, our partnership, all of this helps Cleveland be a competitive airport in the airline industry.
To help commemorate the opening, Sue Mowry of the Federal Aviation Administration stopped by to offer her congrats.
For airports such as Cleveland, effective snow and ice control plans are critically important to safety and operations. It's a part of what makes the facility work year-round, and this snow removal building is constructed now to provide a place where the equipment can be parked inside, where people can come back and work in an efficient way to come in and do the things that they need to do and to coordinate and to execute the snow removal program.
Hopkins' new snow removal equipment facility offers a 97,000 square feet of heated space, which will come in really handy for the workers during the cold Cleveland winter months like we're experiencing now. Well, the Fatima Family Center teamed up with the Mayor's Office of Sustainability to offer a formative and educational workshop for the community. The workshop was called Learn More, Say More, Do More. Through presentations and breakout sessions, attendees learned about how climate action can improve their health and quality of life in the community where they live. Attendees had a chance to speak about issues affecting them and their neighborhoods, and also were taught ways to develop climate action projects that have a positive impact on the neighborhoods and their lives.
So this is kind of modeled after the field of drama. It's what we do when we watch a movie, right? So forget about what's holding you back during this section, and we'll reiterate that when we get there. And think about exploring the neighborhood you want, not the neighborhood you have. It's not the reality of our individual circumstances. This is the brain we want to bring to this activity, but the dream that we can form together in these small tables.
Bianca Butts of partnered group Cleveland Neighborhood Progress says what she hopes to get out of the workshop is feedback.
Outside of learning and trying to share information about climate change, we really want your input. We want your feedback from the community about what are your priorities for your neighborhoods so that that information can be funneled into the climate action plan overall for the city.
After the presentations, breakout sessions were formed where attendees could visualize their ideas with what they learned through activities, models, and discussions. If you missed this workshop, don't worry. The Mayor's Office of Sustainability plans to hold at least 9 more workshops between now and April. Visit sustainablecleveland.org for more information. And we'll be right back with more TV20 News.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back to TV20 News. A longtime friend and former employee with the City of Cleveland has a new book out, and we sent TV20 reporter Dan Monroe to her launch party to learn more.
Author, speaker, activist, and philanthropist Dr. Yvonne Pointer launched her new book, Live in the Hope Haven, in grand fashion with a party and book signing at the studios of WKYC TV, where she hosts her own talk show. Dr. Pointer says her book deals with stories of spirituality, faith, and empowerment that come straight from her internet show, Live in the Hope Haven.
What it is inspirational daily exercises. So after you read each daily exercise, you have a homework assignment. So this is about empowering you to do the work. So we hope that when people get it in 30 days, they're going to find some new power.
Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson, a longtime friend of Dr. Pointer, was at the book launch lending his support.
Well, Ms. Pointer is someone who is always focused on people who are going through significant challenges in their life and trying to help them navigate through those challenges in a very healthy way. So her book, her actions, this recognition tonight, is this all part of what she does?
For years, Dr. Pointer worked for the City of Cleveland's Community Relations Board. Pointer's former boss and current Ward 6 Councilman, Blaine Griffin, calls Dr. Pointer a blessing in his life.
She's just always been great. I'm so happy for her. When she launched Hope Haven, when she actually left City Hall, I knew it was great things waiting for her. And she actually inspired me to do some of the things that I'm doing, to step out on faith and really try to do things at the next level. So I really am proud of her. I'm happy for her. And it's just a great time to be here to watch all of Cleveland come here to celebrate this fabulous woman.
The thing that I find most appealing about Ms. Pointer is that not only does she reach back, she reaches forward. And so she's taking the pain that she's went through and trying to reach forward to help other people. She's helped me tremendously and hundreds and thousands of other people. And that's what I like most about her. She's a giving spirit and a kind person.
After the reception, attendees gathered at the set where Dr. Pointer tapes her show to hear remarks and to see a skit about the tragedy that befell Dr. Pointer and how it shaped her into the person she is today. The skit was written by Cleveland's Art and Culture Coordinator, Cornell Calhoun III.
Get to school! Hurry up! And be careful! Maybe I should give her a ride. Nah, she'll be okay.
For more information on how to order a copy of Dr. Yvonne Pointer's book, Live in the Hope Haven, email YvonnePointer@AOL.com. At the Yvonne Pointer Book Launch for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
Thanks, Dan. Leaders in a variety of industries in the Cleveland community were invited by MBA students at John Carroll University's Boller School of Business for Inspiring CLE, powered by Pachuchka. The speakers, including Mayor Jackson and Ward 3 Councilman Carrie McCormick, shared their personal stories and ideas on how to help the community grow and develop.
A great city will be measured by what we do for the least of us. And I'm not talking about welfare and charity. If that came to your mind, then you just missed the point. We're talking about how does everyone get incorporated into not just the opportunity, but the actuality of prosperity and quality of life. How can we all participate in the success of Cleveland? And that's a significant challenge because it's contrary to the way in which the system works in many ways.
I think the only way that we can really move forward as a city is taking those who are in charge and those who are looking to be the future of our great city to be able to make changes. And everybody here that's going to be here this evening cares about Cleveland. To be here and lend my skills, just as I said earlier, I care about Cleveland. And to MC an event and move us through a great event with awesome speakers. I mean, Mayor Frank Jackson is here tonight. So, I mean, to be a part of this event is really neat for me.
Tune in all this week to TV20 to see Inspiring CLE in its entirety. Check our schedule 4 times. Well, it was a celebration at Cleveland City Hall's Rotunda to recruit new members for the National Urban Fellows program. Fellows from across America gathered for a lifetime of champions for equity and social justice reception. At the gathering, the class of 2019 Cleveland recruits celebrated the partnership with the City of Cleveland and the National Urban Fellows since 1970. The National Urban Fellows Academic and Leadership Development Fellowship Program is a rigorous 14-month graduate program plus a 9-month mentorship assignment. Upon completion of the program, an MPA degree is awarded to fellows. Mayor Frank Jackson attended the reception and says the National Urban Fellows are in position to make positive changes, and that's vital in our community.
And those who are urban fellows that are in Cleveland, that have gone through this program, both in the public and private sector, are well positioned to make that happen. Well positioned. So again, I welcome you to the city of Cleveland, congratulate all of you on your accomplishments, and really thank you for doing the work that you do so that we can not just continue to talk about the problem of inequity and the lack of social justice, but bring resolution to those things. So thank you very much.
Our organization is so committed to this program. We have several employees who are national fellows. We always bring on fellows within the National League of Cities. The city of Cleveland's committed to it. So congratulations to all of you.
Following graduation, fellows become part of a prestigious group of more than 1,400 diverse public service leaders who have gone on to assume influential positions across government, philanthropic, and nonprofit sectors. A portion of Kirby Avenue in front of the Public Utilities Water Pollution Control Building has been renamed and rededicated in honor of a beloved city employee. Reporter Dan Monroe has more.
She was a fun-loving person. She was dedicated to what she do. She was dedicated to the city of Cleveland, dedicated to her church, and she was just an awesome person to me.
For years, Ali Shaw worked as commissioner for the Department of Public Utilities Water Pollution Control Center and eventually went on to serve as assistant director of public utilities for the city of Cleveland. Ali passed away very suddenly, and friends, family, and colleagues gather out front of the WPC building to remember and memorialize her life.
Many of us knew Ali as a colleague. Many of us knew Ali as a friend. But whether we met Ali during her long career for the city of Cleveland, or at church, or through the course of normal life, there's one thing that we can all agree on, is that Ali cared and loved people.
Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson presented a proclamation to Ali's husband, John, then offered his reflections on Miss Shaw, whom he's known since he was on city council.
And she was always quiet and always smiling at you. No matter what you said, she just looked at you and smiled. But she paid attention to everything that you did, and there was no request that I had that she didn't follow up on and do it in a way that was professional and that showed her commitment to her responsibility and duties, whatever it was.
Cleveland's Chief Operating Officer, Darnell Brown, knew Ali for over 40 years and says Miss Shaw was as smart as they come.
She was always a great administrator, smart, always very progressive, always understood kind of what best practices was, good at motivating people.
The highlight came when Chief Brown climbed the ladder and removed the sleeve, rededicating Kirby Avenue as Ali Shaw Way. Ali's husband, John, is appreciative of the outpouring of love for his late wife.
This is really amazing. I don't have too much words to say about it, but I see from everybody that's standing out there, all her friends, her co-workers, this is just something that our family appreciates and we will never forget. And I know that she was dedicated to the city of Cleveland because I used to hear about it at home every night. You know? So.
At the Water Pollution Control Building, for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
Local students are showing off their artistic side through a special photography program, and now their works are on exhibition. More than 100 student artists gathered at the Cleveland Print Room Gallery on Superior Avenue for the Multiple Exposure opening night exhibition. Multiple Exposure is a year-round photography program for students funded by the Cleveland Foundation. The Arts Mastery Program is an arts workshop for middle school and high school students in Cleveland, which gives them a chance to express their creativity through photography. The program provides an arts education by focusing on mastering the skill of visual storytelling through photography. This year's program featured students from the Campus International, St. Martin de Porres High School, and St. Rocco. The show featured photographs taken by the students. Each of their work was for sale, cash only. Organizers say the students have been learning how to use photography as a visual tool.
It's really important for kids to have mastery programs where they're doing rigorous art learning arts instruction rigorously after school in a way that they can do it year-round and do it next year, and maybe choose a career in the arts, but maybe also they can just use it to do better in school and learn skills that are transferable to anything that they do.
We're trying to discover mastery, that often young people in our most disadvantaged neighborhoods, they feel the lack of mastery, that there's something that I can't do. And what photography does is give them a chance to master an art. And so that they, and you can see it behind me, that they feel good about themselves. And that helps them in their studies, it helps them to develop, and it keeps them away from other kinds of negative distractions.
And the students really love the program too.
Well, I think the program is very fun, and it teaches you skills you might not even known. And I think it's important because it's a way to meet new people and new friends and to express yourself in your artwork.
If you would like to know more about the Multiple Exposure Photography Program, contact the Cleveland Print Room at 216-802-9441. The holiday season is a time for giving, and a special nonprofit organization made this past Christmas one to remember for the kids and residents of the East 93rd community. Here's TV20 reporter Christian Patterson with more.
Well, today's event was actually from the heart of Mrs. Marlene Barnes, who is the owner, Mrs. Marlene Barnes, and her husband, William Barnes Sr. It was entitled Christmas Carols for the Hood, and we have a few people here to sing Christmas carols to the 93rd community, and just to give back in some sort of way. We have toys, presents, books, hats, scarves, and gloves that we have for the community and for the youth. And so it was just a way of giving back to the community in the holiday season.
From toys, books, gloves, and scarves for children to free food for older residents, this was certainly a day of giving. They also received a special visit from Mayor Frank Jackson.
Yeah, so we're gonna take individual pictures, and then we'll get your information where to send the picture, okay?
Mayor Jackson sat with Ward 6 Councilman Blaine Griffin and enjoyed the Christmas carols. He also made sure to take pictures with each individual in the shop, something the kids really enjoyed.
And every little thing helps. Even if only one person, one child is inspired some sort of way, that child can make a difference. All of our children are important. All of our elders are important. All of us who are working every day trying to keep from being a young person and moving on into being an elder. You work every day. We're all important. So we use this time of the year to just recharge our batteries, and it's a good thing we can get to do that.
Hopefully we're being examples and role models to the youth, showing that giving back is the best way to bless others, and you receive things from giving.
Thanks, Christian. Ward 9 Councilman Kevin Conwell and Ward 10 Councilman Anthony Hairston hosted the first annual Kwanzaa Celebration at the Glenville Recreation Center. The day-long event featured music, food, breakout sessions, and more.
It is a cultural celebration, and it's 7 days, and we're doing day number 4, which is Ujamaa, which means cooperative economics. We don't want to offend anybody thinking it's a religious holiday, because it's not. It's just a cultural celebration, and that's what we're here today, to celebrate.
I am so thankful to Councilman Kevin Conwell that I can't express myself deep enough, because if it wasn't for him and County Councilman Anthony Hairston, this would not happen. This is their baby.
The 6th annual Toys for Tots event, hosted by the organization Mastering Generosity Unlimited, was held at Mount Gilead Missionary Baptist Church. Billy Sharp, the mastermind behind the event, shares what inspired him to create it and the work that's involved.
I remember when I was a kid, I had to take advantage of Toys for Tots. It was one year, I remember in school that we were talking about what we were going to get for Christmas, And my mother told me that I wasn't going to get anything that year for Christmas. So I thought to myself, well, I won't have a story to tell when I get back to school. So she came through the door one day, and it was a grocery bag, and it was kind of falling over with toys. And I knew for some reason that those toys came from somebody else. And that, as I grew up, I remembered that was Toys for Tots. So I like to put this on every year. So the kids that were in my position, they'll have a story to tell when they go back to school. We start planning for this January 1st of the new year. So it's a year's process. We start registering in September. We give away over 2,000 toys a year. We work with agencies. We have about 6 agencies that we work with. So outside of this big event for us, there are 6 other events that go on around the city.
I have been a supporter of this program for the last 6 years. We come out every year and help give away toys to the citizens in this area, and it is really a joy. I really enjoy doing that. So we're back here giving away toys, and I try to pass out things that we have as well. And we're here because we're trying to make their Christmas a little bit better for those people who are in need.
I've always given back. I believe it's something in your spirit, something that, you know, people normally is passionate with, to see how important it is for just to give and how that makes you feel that you're able to do something like that. There's a lot of people in the world that don't have anything or have as much as others, and just to be able to know that you're in a place in your life that you can provide just something, just to see a smile on a person's face, just a little bit of something just to help.
This is a wonderful event that Billy Sharp puts on every year here at the church, and we really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.